So just state your name and your business.
All right, so I'm Garrett Bellinger. I am a pharmacist and I have just opened up Orange Pill Pharmacy.
Okay, and describe Orange Pill Pharmacy.
So, what I'm trying to do, it's a cash-based pharmacy, meaning I don't take health insurance. The goal is to try and leverage the compound annual growth rate of Bitcoin and use that to essentially leverage lower prices on the cash price of medications over a, a period of time.
So what do you think Bitcoin? What problems do you think Bitcoin can solve in the pharmaceutical industry?
Well, I think that the whole reason I'm doing this is based on Bitcoin's growth rate that we know. It has a compound annual growth rate of a minimum of 24% averaged out over 4 years. Usually it's more than that. My goal is to basically take a portion of that and pass it on as savings to the patients for the cash balance of their prescriptions, so that potentially over time I get to a point where I've decreased the cash price of the drugs to the point where maybe I'm competing with their cash copays and can ultimately save patients a bunch of money on their medications and make it so that they don't have to jump through all the hoops associated with getting prescriptions filled at other pharmacies, or when having to bill through their health insurance. They won't be restricted to the formulary issues that they run into. They won't be relegated to paying exorbitant copays when the cost of the medication is potentially lower than the cost of the copay. Ultimately, the goal is to provide better access to medication for the patient at a reasonable price.
So we know that the big pharma has a lot of power, regulatory capture. So how are you able to do this with going around all those regulations?
Well, so the main reason I am a cash-only pharmacy is so that I don't have to adhere to all of the rules associated with having contracts with the pharmacy benefits managers. That allows me to set the prices that I want for the medications. And so that helps navigate that problem substantially. So that was the whole impetus for me being cash only instead of choosing to accept health insurance.
So you think it's the health insurance that's the main problem with the pharmaceutical prices and the let's say inefficiencies within the industry right now?
I think that that's a big part of it, absolutely. There's lots of backdoor deals that go on between the pharmacy benefits managers, the health insurances that they're contracted with, and then the manufacturers, the pharmaceutical manufacturers that they're also supposedly getting discounts from that are supposed to be benefiting the patients. Those benefits never seem to make their way to the patient. Instead, it creates a lot more headaches. Though people that seem to benefit the most from all of those deals are the actual pharmacy benefits managers, which is why you see them in the spotlight of pharmacy and under intense scrutiny from government regulation, and just trying to figure out what are they doing? Are they actually providing a benefit anymore?
So you said you're a cash only pharmacy, or do you accept Bitcoin? How does that work? How does this accepting of Bitcoin work?
Cash only is really just it's more of a turn of phrase. Cash only just means that basically you're not accepting health insurance. Payment for medication can come in the form of actual cash or paid by credit card, and then I'm also looking to try and set up a pharmacy to accept Bitcoin payment as well.
Okay, and if people, you're based out of Michigan, do you accept customers from outside of Michigan? How can people start, going to Orange Pill Pharmacy?
So that requires licensing of the pharmacy. That will be something that I intend to work on. Initially, it's just going to be Michigan focused. because that's the easiest place for me to start. However, as I grow, the goal is to start servicing as many states as I can. As I can get licensed in other states, I will do that. I would say check back with me in a year and let's see how many additional states I've managed to get licensed under. But the goal is to get as many licenses as I can.
And so if you're in the state of Michigan, can you go on a website, or how do you access Orange Pill Pharmacy?
So I will have a website available. It is not up and running yet, just because I am still so new. I believe, actually, though, if you were to start filling your prescriptions with me, there would be an online portal that I could point you in the direction to for getting your refills and that sort of thing.
Excellent. Thank you for talking with us today.
Yeah, absolutely.